Alex, Mr. Campbell wants you in his office. He doesn't look too happy. Watch your back.
Alex, did you bomb the math test? I saw you filled the bonus section. You just wrote nonsense, right? Mr. Campbell hates that. From the look of it, he's gonna eat you alive.
Probably. I knew this would happen the moment I handed in the paper. I really did overdo it on this mock exam. Can't help it. The talent system made me get first place in class.
Defend the base! Defend the base! I'm out of mana!
Strong desire for knowledge detected from Scholar. Learning talent system binding. Binding successful.
Desire for knowledge? I clearly had a strong desire for victory just now. Wait a minute, I've been bound to a system? But why a learning system? I hate studying.
Math, level 0. Physics, level 0. Chem and Bio, level 0. IT, level 0.
So a mighty high schooler like me gets all zeros? Are you mocking me?
Scholar's current level is 0, which already includes the initial bonus. Original rating before binding, unrateable.
So this 0 is actually your charity work?
Starter mission. First mock exam after school starts. Scholar must rank first in class in at least one subject. Mission failure. Mission failure. Unbind. Unbind.
First place for a starter mission? You gotta be kidding me. Anyway, I just need first in one subject, so I might as well start with my strongest subject, math. Looks like I'll be giving Mr. Campbell a big surprise today.
This proof transformation is brilliant. It's on a whole other level.
Look at this bonus question. He used the Cauchy mean value theorem. This approach, I didn't even think of it when prepping.
Mr. Campbell, are you sure this kid is really a student at our school? And not a spy from the top school next door?
Mr. Warren, I've been teaching my whole life, and I've never seen a student like this. You gotta believe me, Mr. Warren.
What the heck? This situation is completely reversed. Usually students are the ones chatting. And when a teacher walks in, everyone shuts up and acts busy. Why are the teachers acting for me today?
Alex, here. Come over here. Give him some room. Stop interrogating him like a suspect. You'll scare my star pupil. On this test, that last bonus question, did you solve it all by yourself?
Yes, Mr. Campbell. I didn't use any reference materials. None at all.
This substitution, how did you come up with it?
Because the problem gave a periodic condition, f equals f. This condition basically turns an infinite domain problem into one on a finite interval. If you try to handle it over the whole real number domain, it's really tough. So my first instinct was to use a variable substitution and lock the problem onto the classic interval from 0 to pi. On this interval, trig functions are the best tools for analysis. It's a structural way to simplify the problem.
Very clear explanation, solid logic. This kind of ease with math concepts, being able to use them so naturally, you definitely can't fake this by memorizing. What about here? You brought in the Cauchy mean value theorem here. This is college-level mathematical analysis. High schoolers haven't even heard of it.
Over the summer break, I read ahead on my own using some college textbooks. When deriving this step, I needed to establish a connection between two functions' derivatives. Lagrange's theorem wasn't enough, so I immediately thought of its generalized form, the Cauchy mean value theorem. It's like a key tailor-made for this situation.
Alex, since you enjoy self-studying, what books have you been reading lately?
He's finally showing his hand. The final boss is testing me. I've been reading mathematical analysis recently, and functions of real variables. Like in mathematical analysis, the Stone-Weierstrass theorem, and the Lebesgue integral in real functions. I think although these theories are abstract, their underlying logic is incredibly beautiful.
Lebesgue integral? Never even heard of it.
Stone what, Weierstrass? Is this stuff even for high school teachers?
Lebesgue integral? He even reads about this?
I shouldn't answer that, or I'll blow his cover.
Oh man, that really brings back memories. Back in my younger days, I loved looking into this stuff too. Speaking of, the Stone-Weierstrass theorem, I always felt it had some connection to the Taylor expansion, but I couldn't quite put it into words. It always felt like I was just missing something.
Give me a break, Mr. Warren. When you were young, you were notoriously slow. You only got into grad school by grinding away. And now, you start every sentence with, when I was young.
What a joke. The scopes of these theorems and their proofs are in completely different dimensions. Forcing a connection between them is like comparing apples and oranges. Purely amateurish. So, Mr. Warren, you used to have this confusion too. I was worried I was the only one who thought so. When I first read these two theorems, I was totally lost too. But then I realized, Taylor expansion focuses on a single point. It seeks local optimums, like a sniper. The Stone-Weierstrass theorem spans the entire interval for global approximation. It seeks global optimums, like carpet bombing. One is precise, one is broad. Totally different approaches.
Good job, kid. Your understanding is way deeper than mine was back then. Alex, seeing a student make such huge progress, we're happy for you, but also a bit worried. We're afraid your foundation isn't solid. If you don't mind, why not explain this theorem to us?
This isn't about a lecture. He clearly wants me to do a live defense in front of all the teachers. Bring it on. Check. Let's see how you counter. Of course. Let's first take a look at the core of the Stone-Weierstrass theorem. The essence of this line of symbols describes a limit of approximation. It's basically saying that for any continuous function on a closed interval, no matter how weird or jagged its graph might be, as long as you give me an error margin, even if that error is smaller than an atomic nucleus, I can always find a polynomial made up of powers of x, where the maximum deviation from the original function is less than that given error. To prove this conclusion, Russian mathematician Bernstein proposed this expression. Its underlying logic comes from a completely different field, probability theory. This is a typical binomial distribution. We can think of it as a game. Flip an unfair coin n times. The probability of getting heads each time is x. Out of all n flips, the probability of getting exactly k heads is exactly this formula. Look, everyone, this binomial distribution formula.
This kid's mind works so fast, I can barely keep up.
What if he suddenly turns around and asks if we get it? When I studied this in college, I didn't even understand it this well. I've completely forgotten it all by now.
Oh man, I did study these theories in grad school, but it's been so many years, they've faded away with my youth into the corners of my memory. Now I can only keep nodding, using tactical agreement to mask my strategic confusion.
Why do I feel like they don't get it at all? Whatever, I'll just keep going. Of course, polynomials are just one approach. We can absolutely use trig functions to do the exact same thing. That's the core of Fourier analysis. Any periodic functions satisfying the Dirichlet conditions can be expanded into a series of superimposed sine and cosine waves. Mr. Warren, Mr. Campbell, and teachers, this last part is actually an interpretation I just came up with. I'm not sure if it's right. We can take all continuous functions defined on an interval as an infinite dimensional vector space, and all polynomial functions would form a subspace. So the Stone-Weierstrass theorem is basically saying that this polynomial subspace in the continuous function space. I haven't seen this explanation in any textbooks or references, so I'd like to get your thoughts on it. Checkmate. Let's see how you handle this.
Right. Alex explained it very well. Your understanding is quite profound, especially the idea of connecting the continuous function space with the polynomial subspace. It's very inspiring. This kind of analogous thinking from different disciplinary perspectives in itself represents a very high level of academic literacy. This kind of ambiguous, high-level, inspiring evaluation not only shows my broad vision, but also cleverly avoids judging the specific correctness of the theory. What if this idea was really just proposed by a top mathematician? Where would I put this old face? And if it's wrong, I wouldn't know why either.
Yes, very well explained. Absolutely brilliant. I was completely mesmerized.
What an eye-opener.
This kind of analogous thinking is indeed very interesting.
Recently, in open courses and papers, I've also come across some concepts of density and functional analysis. I feel like this theorem's geometric interpretation shares a remarkably similar logic. For example, orthogonal bases in a Hilbert space.
Functional analysis? Hilbert space?
He's still going? This isn't asking for advice. He's clearly trying to expose us old guys completely.
All right. Alex, you explained that brilliantly. I was quite mesmerized. It reminded me of those passionate days back in college. But let's just stop here for today. You can dig into the rest yourself. Keep exploring it. Sound good?
Right, exactly.
Your understanding is very profound. We need some time to digest this.
Yes, indeed. Such an advanced math theory takes time to fully absorb. You go back and keep researching. If you have any new findings, come talk to us again.
Are you nuts? Don't invite him back.
Well, I just remembered I have an important meeting. Excuse me.
Even Mr. Warren was stumped by him.
Weren't we also just completely lost and pretending to understand?
I'm 200% sure that perfect score Alex truly earned it. No, the difficulty of this test is beneath Alex's level now. Having someone who can discuss Hilbert spaces, do high school math, is like asking a Michelin 3-star chef to cook scrambled eggs.
Starter quest. First light completed. Completion rating. S plus more. Quest rewards. EXP plus 10. Points plus 1. Starter mystery box plus 1.
Looks like Mr. Campbell had to mentally fully accept my perfect score before the system counted the quest as complete. This evaluation mechanism is really strict.
Gate to academia. Quest description. End this boring high school life with the most outstanding performance and step into a world-class university.
Entering a top university? I still have 2 years until college. I can set this as a long-term goal for now.
Attaboy, you really kept it hidden. You've had a real breakthrough. A genius level one at that. All right, head back to class for now. Remember, if you have any questions about your studies, come to me anytime. No, not just about studies. Anything at all.
Got it. Thank you, Mr. Campbell.
So, how did it go? What did Mr. Campbell want? Did you get caught cheating on the monthly exam? Let me tell you, next time you copy homework, find someone reliable. Don't always copy off the top students. It's too obvious.
No, I did so well that I scared the teachers. They called me over to confirm.
You're really full of it. Shh. All right. If you don't want to tell me, don't. I won't ask anymore. Scared the teachers because you did so well? Why don't you say you proved Goldbach's conjecture, and the Department of Education sent a jet overnight to take you to the Academy of Sciences?
Classic Alex. His bragging skills are top-notch.
It's hard to explain, and there's no need to. In their eyes, the stereotype of me being a bad student won't change just because I say so. Whatever. I've got the talent system now anyway.
Class is starting. Stand up!
Good morning, Miss Lane.
Good morning, class. Please sit down. Well, Alex. During the break, I heard other teachers say you got a perfect score in math and even explained college theorems. Impressive. But flipping through books and spacing out in my class means you completely disrespect me.
Think being good at math lets you act up in my class.
A young person achieves a little and gets cocky. As a teacher, it is my duty to teach you a lesson and show you what it means to stay humble.
I heard you did really well on your math exam, so you think English doesn't matter. Giving up on it. Let me remind you, the English exam is also worth 150 points.
See that? Alex was just acting all cocky, said his test score scared the teachers. Now he is totally embarrassing himself. I get it now. What Miss Lane means is, you totally bombed your math test, yet you still have the nerve to ignore my English class. Are you just giving up completely? Brilliant. Simply brilliant. Absolutely savage.
Alex! It seems the material in this textbook is way too easy for you. Since you finished reviewing it at 10 seconds a page, you must know this lesson inside and out. So why don't you go ahead and answer my question? Please, translate this sentence into Chinese.
He's toast. Alex is totally screwed this time.
Holy crap. She's really showing no mercy. This sentence drags on forever. It's ridiculously long. Flipping through the book, my vocabulary skyrocketed. I know every word on the board, but I haven't learned grammar. It's like having a top-tier set of Legos. I know every single piece, but I'm completely missing the instruction manual.
Then I'll just say, if you don't get it, you'd better pay attention. I'll teach this punk to know his place.
Stay calm. Don't panic. Even though I don't know grammar, the essence of English is still a logical language. Since it's logic, it can be modeled, treating every word and phrase as a variable or a constant, and treating grammar rules as the operators and functions connecting these variables. Then translating this sentence is equivalent to finding the optimal, logically consistent solution under a set of constraints. I will use math to solve this English problem. The controversial finding, the core subject, meaning a controversial finding, the which clause, means an increasing number of scientists believe this finding reflects A more than B. The third part, suggest that, is the core predicate. Its subject is the opening phrase, the controversial finding. The fourth part is an object clause, meaning men's brains are on average slightly larger than women's. 4 independent, clearly defined logical modules. Disassembly complete. Now it's time to assemble it. Exhaustive and logical testing. Combination A. Literal translation. The controversial finding, which more and more scientists believe, is more of a reflection of historical bias in research funding. No, that won't work. The subject is too disconnected. It's too clunky to read. This is a suboptimal solution. Combination B. Fronting the clause. More and more scientists believe a finding reflects more on the research historical bias in funding. Splitting it into independent clauses loses the original sentence's rigorous clarity. Not great either. Combo C. Chinese word order restructuring. The core message is a finding indicating something. The modifying info is that this finding is controversial. Following Chinese writing logic, establish the background first, then present the core conclusion. Okay, the optimal solution is ready. Ms. Lane, this sentence means that a controversial finding indicates the male brain is on average slightly larger than the females. However, more and more scientists argue that this finding reflects more on the historical bias in research funding, rather than there being any inherent biological differences between the sexes.
Damn, he really went for it. Putting on a good act. Too bad it's definitely wrong. Miss Lane's gonna roast him!
I get it. I completely get it. The translation isn't just right, it's brilliant. How could this be an impromptu translation by a high schooler? How is this possible?
This translation is flawless. No, it is even beyond flawless. He didn't just rigidly do a literal translation based on the English syntax. Instead, he completely broke down the original structure and used the most authentic and fluent Chinese logic to perfectly restructure all the information. When I was prepping for this class, I spent a long time pondering over this sentence myself just to find a relatively satisfactory translation. But Alex, a student who was latently reading something else and zoning out in class, just looked at it for 3 seconds and came up with a version that is even better than my standard answer. Take a seat.
Good thing Miss Lane didn't ask more grammar questions, or I would have been busted. I completely used my math brain to brute force that solution. It's a one-time cheat code.
Damn. He sat down. Miss Lane actually let him sit down. What does this mean? It means he got the translation right. No way. There's absolutely no way.
If Alex gets this right, I'll eat this English book right here!
That's way beyond being a top student. He is an academic god.
Mr. Campbell, that Alex, what exactly is going on with him?
What is it, Miss Lane? You got a taste of it too?
He almost gave me a heart attack. I tested him with a really tough sentence. He looked at it for a few seconds and gave a translation that is even better than the standard answer.
No way. Alex had a breakthrough in English too?
I thought this morning he only had a breakthrough in math. Could it be an all-around breakthrough?
Then what about his other subjects?
Could it be he's an all-around academic god?
Mom, Dad, I'm home.
Alex is back. Go wash your hands. Dinner's almost ready.
Okay.
Mom, Dad, for the back-to-school exam, I did pretty well.
Oh, you? You suddenly studied so hard over the summer. It broke my heart to watch. Of course you did well. My son is as smart as anyone. Let's not put too much pressure on him. Just let him know that we are very proud of him.
Yeah. Improvement is good, but don't get cocky. Stay humble and focused, all right? You still have a lot to catch up on, so keep working hard.
My parents are just too cute. They clearly want to celebrate, but they're trying hard to hide it, afraid of putting pressure on me. I've decided to add some fuel to their suppressed joy. Dad, you're right. I should keep working hard. Too bad I can't improve anymore.
What do you mean you can't improve, you little brat? You just made a little progress and you're already getting cocky, is that it?
Alex, ignore your dad. As long as you improve, I'm already very happy. We don't expect miracles overnight.
Because I already got a perfect score.
You little brat. You got what?
Son, don't play jokes on me like that. My heart can't take it. Oh, my boy. My son has finally grown up.
It's real. Harper, keep it safe. Find a frame. We should frame this test paper.
Yes, frame it. We'll hang it in Alex's room.
Talent system. Starter mystery box. 100% chance to obtain a level 1 through 3 support item.
Open.
Congratulations, Scholar. Obtained 5 focus capsules. Focus capsules are consumables. Effects last for 1 hour. Cannot be paused. Cannot be interrupted. In this state, cognitive efficiency, information processing speed, logical linking ability will receive a massive temporary boost. Special reminder, focus capsules optimize the thought process.
I see. I thought I would get photographic memory. Or a mind palace. Some god-tier skills. Basically, this thing is just a brain overclocking booster. It just changes me from knowing it but needing time to think, to knowing it and thinking fast. Using it for homework is a huge waste, like using a cannon on a mosquito. No difference. For monthly exams? Overkill. For the entrance exams? That might be useful, but I probably won't need it. I'll just save it as a trump card.
Take this test. Give it your all. Do your best.
So he wants to see my true strength and exactly how good I am? A classic mix of divisibility and Diophantine equations. The usual approach is to use congruence, testing modulo p or modulo n, or by assuming p's parity and split into cases. But both methods are like groping in the dark. The math is massive and it's easy to hit a dead end. The core of the problem is the quadratic n squared on the left and the cubic on the right have mismatched degrees, and n and p are too entangled. To establish a divisibility relation, I must lower the degree and isolate the variables. Direct polynomial division would yield fractions, not elegant. So I'll construct an intermediate term and forcefully eliminate n cubed.
What's the point of this construction? I get it. I totally get it now. Because the left side divides the right, and it clearly divides n times itself. Subtracting the two equations, the initially complex divisibility instantly collapses. This one move completely cuts off the interference of n's higher degrees. It takes a chaotic cubic equation and reduces its dimension, making it a constraint analysis on p. A National Math Olympiad level problem has been with this incredible step directly simplified into a pure algebraic discussion.
If the right side is 0, then p cubed equals np minus 1. Since p is a prime, p and p minus 1 are coprime, so p minus 1 equals 1, giving p equals 2. If the right side is not 0, we bound it with the absolute value inequality.
He didn't use any obscure number theory theorems. With just one highly precise algebraic construction, he managed to defeat this national team level roadblock. This kid's talent is crazier than I thought.
Oh, this is interesting. The test maker dug a massive trap here, specifically to trick those who just memorize formulas. Many people would assume, apply the AMGM inequality separately, then multiply them to get the original expression greater than or equal to 9. It seems correct, but the flaw here is that it assumes both inequalities can hold equality simultaneously. It's not logically sound. In a competition, you'd lose points, or even get a 0. I can't even be bothered to use the Cauchy-Schwarz inequality. That kind of precision key, though highly efficient, isn't brute force or beautiful enough. I'll choose the most primitive method that truly shows the problem's essence, expansion. The ultimate simplicity, returning to the basics.
It's the most primitive method. He didn't use any advanced inequalities. He simply took a middle school concept of full expansion and combined it with the most basic high school AMGM inequality. Yet he manages to simplify the complex and strike right at the core like a true grandmaster. If the first problem was a sudden stroke of genius, then this one shows absolute mastery of ultimate simplicity. This is last year's official National Math Olympiad paper. It's the test used to select the national training team. Riverdale High, a regular high school that isn't even a top city school. Our best competition record ever was just 8 years ago, a state first prize. In recent years, the best we did was a state second prize.
What's wrong, Mr. Blue?
But now, I'm watching my own student, a student who has never received any competition training, use an almost savage method, a brutal, unreasonable way to solve this paper. This shows his talent is so powerful that he can ignore tricks and routines. He's using the purest math logic and calculation skills to completely crush the problems. A genius, a true genius. I've been teaching for so many years, and I've never seen a student like this. Alex, you should enter the math competition.
Mr. Blue, I haven't finished yet.
You don't need to finish it. You're more than qualified. Tomorrow is the final day to register for the city math competition. We must seize this chance.
The talent system's main quest is entering a top-tier university. If I join the competition, I won't have time for other subjects. It might not be worth it. Will this take a lot of time? I'm afraid it'll take time away from my other subjects.
If you get a state first prize, you'll be eligible to apply for Summit and Prestige's special programs. Your college entrance exam requirement will be lowered significantly. If you can go even further, rank in the top few in the state, make the state team, and represent our state at nationals, the top 60 can even get direct admission to Summit and Prestige. No entrance exams needed.
Direct admission to Summit and Prestige.
Given our school's track record, aiming for the national team is a stretch. My goal is a state second prize. Or maybe even a first prize. Even so, it would still be the most shining achievement on your resume. Of course, there are risks. If you put in a lot of time but fail to get a good rank, the time you wasted is on you to make up for. This is a shortcut for geniuses and a trap for ordinary folks.
The system quest is to end my dull high school life with top honors. It suddenly clicked. The entrance exam is safe, but I'd have to wait till senior year. This competition is a huge gamble. If I win, I can secure my ticket to a top university as a junior, cutting down the quest time. The system rating will be higher too. This path is basically tailor-made for me. I understand, Mr. Blue. I want to participate, but since it's such a big deal, I'd like to discuss it with my family first.
All right, it's settled then.
Mr. Campbell, the light's broken. Watch your step.
Oh, okay. Seems his family isn't very well off. A kid from this kind of background having such a gift is even more rare. I just came to pay a visit.
Honey, stop watching TV. Mr. Campbell is here. Oh my, you didn't have to bring anything. You're too kind. Have a seat, Mr. Campbell. I'll go slice some fruit. A sudden visit from a teacher usually means bad news. What trouble did this boy get into? But a mother knows her son best. If he really caused trouble, he wouldn't be this calm.
Here, Mr. Campbell, have a smoke.
No thanks. Thank you, Mr. Harper. You're too kind.
Please have a seat, Mr. Campbell. Sure.
You do technical work, Mr. Harper?
Not really. I just do manual labor. Just getting by at the hardware factory. Working with lathes all day, always covered in grease.
You're being too modest, Mr. Harper. I see on your bookshelf you have quite a few technical books. These days, those who can focus on mastering a craft are the ones with real skills.
That's ancient history. Everything's automated at the factory now. Our generation really suffered from a lack of education. The best we can do is workshop manager. So I'm just hoping Alex can get a good education and work in an air-conditioned office someday. Not like me. Sweating all summer and covered in grease all winter.
Although his parents aren't highly educated, they have had formal vocational training. Families like this are usually logical and reasonable. This will make communicating much easier. Speaking of his studies, the reason I'm here today is to discuss Alex's future. I found out that Alex is extremely gifted in math. I suggest letting him try an alternative path.
Mr. Campbell, this math Olympiad. I heard it's not like how it used to be. It doesn't give extra points for college anymore, right? Besides, doesn't it cost a fortune for tutoring?
Yes, Mr. Campbell. The accountant at my factory said her son a few years ago did some physics competition. He went to Maple City every week. Travel and lodging alone cost tens of thousands of dollars. They got nothing out of it in the end, and his college exam scores even dropped.
Your concerns are absolutely valid. If he were an average student, I would never encourage this path. But Alex is a special case. This is a highly difficult competition paper. Alex, without any prior training, not only got everything right, but the methods he used were even more brilliant than the standard answers.
Mr. Campbell, you're not just pulling our leg, right? I mean, he's never been dumb, but he was always average in class. He has been more disciplined lately, but how'd he suddenly become a genius? Neither of us are good at math. Did 2 negatives make a positive?
As for your second concern, money. The state Olympiad starts soon. It's too late for outside tutoring anyway, and with Alex's current level, self-study is more than enough. The school has already promised to cover all fees and materials. Since it's completely free, there's really no big risk.
Why don't we let him try? Alex, don't just eat. This is your business. What do you think? If this competition goes south, it'll mess up your college exam prep. Our family isn't rich. We can't afford to mess around.
I think I have what it takes. I want to give it a try.
All right, son. Since you've made up your mind, your mom and I support you. Forget about the college exams. As long as it's the right path, just go for it. Even if you mess up, even if we go completely broke, we won't let you starve.
It's the final deadline for the state math Olympiad. My heart was in my throat. I was terrified something would go wrong. Made it. I made it just in time. That was more stressful than snagging holiday tickets. Mr. Warren, Alex is officially registered.
Good, that's great. Get the students from the math team together.
3 p.m., third floor conference room in the admin building. I'll give them a pre-competition pep talk.
Did you hear, Jack?
Mr. Campbell.
Suddenly squeezed a rookie onto the team.
A rookie? Isn't that a good thing? I can't believe our school actually got 4 people to compete. The more the merrier.
Well, sure, it's merrier, but the timing is all wrong. I heard he's from grade 11, class 3. His name's Alex. Got a perfect score on the placement test. Now Mr. Campbell treats him like gold.
A perfect score is pretty impressive. I remember that test. The last question was insane.
I'm not denying his basics are solid, but Jack, you know this. School exams and math competitions are completely different beasts. Those number theory and combinatorics tricks takes at least 6 months to grasp.
And the state Olympiad is only 3 days away. Mr. Campbell bringing him in now, isn't that just setting him up to fail?
For a rookie who's never done a math competition, sitting in the exam room staring blankly at the test for 3 hours, that kind of defeat can completely crush a person's confidence. Our team is already the underdog. If we add another person getting a 0 or a low score, the guys at Central High will just mock us again for being professional losers.
If Mr. Campbell arranged it, he must have his reasons. Let's just try to help him out.
This guy, he clearly has no idea how deep the competition waters are. I isolated myself for half a year doing problems. He barely touched 2 books and dared to crash the party. Isn't he just serving himself up on a silver platter?
Comrades, my young mathletes, the state Olympiad is upon us. You carry the glory of Riverdale High. Glory. Jack, you are the veteran of our team, our backbone, our anchor. You must withstand the pressure this time. Emily, it's not easy at your young age. Just go all out. Brian, you are our best bet for first place in the state Olympiad. The school is counting on you. This kid, last time in the office, talking about some theorem almost humiliated me. Good thing I was quick on my feet and used the excuse of discussing it further later to brush him off. No, I must strike first this time and shut him up. Alex, I know you have a very profound understanding of math. As for those advanced theoretical questions, we welcome you to discuss them with the teachers after the competition. But right now, there are only 3 days left until the state Olympiad. The top priority is to put all your focus on preparing for the exam. Understood?
What a sneaky fox. He's shutting me up first. He's so afraid I'll ask questions that might put him on the spot. Understood, Mr. Warren.
All right then. Keep studying. I have things to do.
Alex, I asked a friend at Metro Central High to get these. Internal handouts and past exam papers. Time is tight and there's a lot to do. Over these 3 days, just go through these problems as much as you can. Get a feel for the competition.
3 days isn't enough, I know that, but looking at even one more problem gives you a better chance on the test. Our school's competition resources are limited. There's not much more I can do for you. These materials are your best shot right now. The exam is on Sunday.
Sir, don't they need to do these?
They got them a while ago. They're almost done with them.
This pile of materials, I spent 3 whole months on it. Stayed up till midnight just to grasp it. And a newbie can finish in 3 days?
Finishing all this in 3 days actually seems doable.
Is he smiling? Is he just fearlessly ignorant? Or simply scared silly?
Hey, Alex. These materials are really tough. You can't finish them in 3 days. I suggest you only read the first book on basic skills. Secure the easy points first. Don't bother with the rest. It's a waste of time and will just confuse you.
Thanks for the advice, but I'd still like to try them all.
Whatever. Let him learn the hard way. Once he's in the exam room, he'll know what despair really is.
Brian, your foundation is solid, but your solving approach is sometimes too conventional, not flexible enough, especially when handling multivariate inequalities. Remember, if you see a non-homogeneous expression, your first reaction must be the homogenization method. All of you need to remember this too. Techniques like the homogenization method, which greatly reduce your solving time, must be used. Don't hesitate. In a competition, every second is extremely precious.
Homogenization method? Why does this sound so unfamiliar? Seeing how they all seem to know it, this thing must be competition jargon. If I don't know, I'll just ask. After all, my current persona is a gifted outsider. Asking a basic question fits the character. Sir, could you explain what you meant by the homogenization method? What does it mean?
Oh my god! He doesn't even know the homogenization method. This is as ridiculous as going to a basketball game and asking the referee what a travel is. How is he going to compete? Isn't this just a suicide mission? Forget it. He is my teammate after all. If he goes into the exam this clueless, he's going to embarrass Riverdale High. Hey, Alex. If the degrees on both sides of an inequality are different, how do you compare them? You obviously have to make them the same degree first. For example, replacing the constant 1 with a plus b plus c, or dividing the quadratic term on the left by a quadratic expression. You don't even know that? You're gonna get crushed in the exam. Here's the competition strategy manual. Page 15. Read it yourself. You better study up, or you won't even understand the questions.
Oh, I see. Thanks. So that's it. The so-called homogenization method is just a minor application of projective geometry concepts in elementary algebra. By introducing a new variable or using given conditions, a non-homogeneous polynomial is converted into a homogeneous one, allowing us to use the properties of homogeneous functions to simplify the problem. Essentially, it's just introducing an equivalent constraint like a plus b plus c equals 1, or directly using a homogeneous expression of variables to eliminate the constant term, forcing a non-homogeneous inequality into a homogeneous inequality. Then we can apply AMGM, Cauchy, and power mean tools to crush it. It's a clever idea, but it's still just a trick, not the true essence. And they call this an advanced trick? Isn't this just standard algebraic manipulation? This knowledge system yields very little EXP, because these methods are just exam tricks, not the exploration of truth. But since learning it can get me into college early and finish the main quest, I'll reluctantly learn it.
Huh? He stopped reading? It's only been a few seconds. Even if you're a genius, you can't learn it from just one glance. This is a core inequality technique. Did he not understand it? So he just gave up? Flipping so fast. What a waste of time.
Hey, Emily. Hi. Quick question. The stuff on the Pell equation and Euclidean-type algorithm, which handout is it in? I've been looking everywhere.
The Pell equation?
Just 2 days ago, he didn't even know the homogenization method. How is he already studying that? That's material only for those prepping for the nationals.
It should be in the last book of the number theory section. It's optional material. It's pretty tough. I'd suggest you focus on the basics first.
Got it. Thanks a lot. You've got a good memory.
Ding! Congratulations, scholar! Short-term intensive study task completed. Over the past 3 days, regarding the techniques of competition math, you've gained a complete understanding. Reward, 5 points. Current math experience, 55%.
Not bad. For these exam-focused tricks, the XP reward is usually low. 5 points is a nice surprise. After grinding for 3 days, though many tricks are complex, the core ideas remain the same. State first prize should be in the bag. Still need to play it safe. Before the results are out, I shouldn't talk big. No jinxing it. If something goes wrong during the exam, where would my reputation as a math genius go?
All right. No pressure, everyone. No more cramming tonight. Go home early and get some rest. Get plenty of sleep. Tomorrow is the day we see your hard work finally pay off. Hey, Alex!
Yeah.
Don't stress tomorrow. Don't leave it blank even if stuck. Write down formulas. Copy down the given conditions. You might get some partial credit. It's a valid strategy.
This captain is a bit arrogant, but he's pretty responsible. Okay, got it. Thanks. I doubt there's anything on this test that I wouldn't know how to solve.
For this combinatorics problem, I think using the inclusion-exclusion principle is the clearest approach. The calculation is a bit heavy, but it's less prone to errors. Jack, what do you think?
Inclusion-exclusion is safe, but it takes too many steps. Time is tight in competitions. One mistake and you lose it all. I prefer using generating functions to build a model and find the coefficient directly. It requires more abstract thinking, but once the model is right, it's a total game changer.
Generating functions. That's way too hard. I just don't feel confident using them.
Inclusion-exclusion is like a shovel. Using generating functions is like an engineer's calculator. But the essence of this problem is a typical permutation group coloring problem. Using Burnside's lemma, you get the answer in 3 lines. They're arguing over shovels and calculators, while I can just use an excavator. Forget it. The exam is about to start. Messing with their train of thought now isn't a good idea.
Typical. Still spacing out. Probably has no clue what we're saying. Makes sense. He's only done this for 3 days. He'd be lucky to understand the questions.
Like sheep wandering into a wolf pack. This whole setup is definitely a bit intimidating.
Brian, what a coincidence. Raymond, you just got here too? This time, can you get first prize? I've prepared for almost a year. Aiming for first prize shouldn't be a problem. Oh, so confident. I remember in the tutoring class, your best mock exam score was only 15th place. What? After going back, did you get some expert advice? Making leaps and bounds? Huh? And this guy. He's competing too? Seems pretty confident. Didn't even bring any review materials. He's on our team. He's fully prepared, so he doesn't need to bring any notes. What? You got a problem with that? Brian, I'm not trying to lecture you, and though we go to different schools, we were classmates in the tutoring program. What kind of team leader are you? Bringing someone this out of it to an event like this? If he has a mental breakdown during the exam, it'll ruin the atmosphere for everyone. You know how it is. For a state math Olympiad level exam, the last thing you want is someone sitting next to you, scratching their head, sighing, or even giving up halfway. I'm not targeting anyone in particular. I'm just thinking about the exam environment for all of us. Whatever. You're from an ordinary high school, so I understand your struggles. It's not easy to scrape together a team. I wish you all good luck.
Behind extreme arrogance often lies extreme anxiety. People like him constantly need to prove they're better, even if it means using such shameful tactics. We're about to head in. Arguing with him is beneath us.
Raymond, you're crossing the line. Brian.
We're about to head into the exam. No need to waste your energy on someone like him. It's not worth it.
Alex, how can you be so calm? You saw them too. Those guys, they look down on everyone else. I already talked big just now, but if I can't back it up, it won't just be your reputation on the line. It's the reputation of Riverdale High. Why didn't you even bring a book? You could at least pretend to study. Do you even know how important this competition is? To me and to our school? I thought even if I was at Riverdale, I could still prove I'm as good as Central High's kids. But now, just please don't drag down Riverdale High's name. Even if you don't know how to solve it. Just write solution. Write down some formulas. Don't let us actually become a joke to those guys.
Don't worry. I won't embarrass you.
Okay, all right then. As long as you know what you're doing.
Flaunting your so-called expertise. Belittling others to ease your anxiety. Interesting. I'll show you all what real talent looks like.
Attention everyone, quiet down. Now, I will announce the testing zones for each school. Teachers leading the teams, please organize your students and take your seats in order. Zone A, rows 1 through 5, Prime Academy. Zone B, rows 6 through 10, Ocean View High. Zone C, Prime Academy 2. Zone D, Warm Springs High. Zone E, rows 18 to 22, Prime Academy 14, Jasper High, and Lakeview High. Students from these 3 schools, find a seat on your own. Lastly, for the other schools that haven't been called, go to Zone G, the last few rows. Sit wherever you like.
Good luck, Brian. Can't wait to see you win state.
Silence, everyone. The exam is about to begin.
The seal is intact. Now, I will open it in front of everyone.
The exam lasts 100 minutes. From now until the exam ends, no restroom breaks are allowed. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. If you finish early, you can hand it in at any time.
The war has begun.
It's the Brocard point, a pretty classic geometry model. At Golden Key Tutoring, the teacher showed us 2 ways to solve it. One is trig substitution, brute forcing with the law of sines, but it's way too long. The other is the construction method, using rotational similarity to take 3 scattered conditions and cleverly merge them into one triangle. I bet, right? They're testing the classic models after all.
Rotate triangle PAB around point A, then rotate triangle PBC around point B. Right, there's a key lemma here.
Oh, an existence proof in combinatorics. I think I've seen this before. In that class at Golden Key Tutoring, the teacher mentioned something called the Lova's local lemma. He said the proof was super complicated, so we didn't need to master it. But we had to memorize the conclusion and just apply it to similar problems. It's specifically for solving this kind of problem. The ultimate weapon. I even guessed the final question right. A state first prize is in the bag.
Excuse me, could I get some more scratch paper?
Still calculating? And using so much scratch paper. Using this much paper, he must be on the wrong track, just spinning his wheels in a dead end. If you don't use the right method for these problems, you could calculate until dark and still get nowhere. Even though he's probably just writing nonsense, or stubbornly using the dumbest method, that drive isn't bad. It seems what I said outside the exam room about not turning in a blank paper, the kid actually listened. As long as he doesn't give up, good for him. Even if he ends up with a 0, as long as he fills the paper, it won't be a disgrace to Riverdale High.
This problem is pretty tricky. The competition materials Mr. Campbell gave us, I went through them in my head, and I'm sure they never covered how to solve this kind of question. We need to prove there's a good coloring scheme, or think about it the other way. Prove that the probability all schemes are bad is less than 1. A bad scheme means at least one edge has both endpoints with the same color. Let's say AI is the ith edge, and the event that both endpoints are the same color. Then P is 1 over K. If the graph has M edges, adding up all the bad event probabilities, the result is M over K. No, the max value of M can reach ND over 2. The sum of probabilities this way would likely be greater than 1. The union-bound method is too loose. It won't work. These bad events A of I aren't completely independent. If one edge goes wrong, it will affect other edges sharing the same vertex, but this effect is local. Right. An event AI is only related to a few adjacent events. One edge, at most, shares a vertex with 2 other edges. Other edges share the same vertex. Its influence is limited. If we can find a way to precisely describe this limited influence, does that mean we can bring that sum greater than 1 down below 1? I've never learned anything about the Lova's local lemma. In my world, there's no ready-made formula to use. What I have to do is start from the most basic probability axioms, work it out myself, and build a bridge to the answer. Suppose we assign each bad event A small, await x minutes I between 0 and 1. If we can prove the probability of each event AI happening are all less than a value determined by itself and the weights of all its neighbors, the calculations are overwhelming. My brain can barely keep up. Only 30 minutes left. Time's really tight. Wait, focus capsule. If I get stuck here, my shot at the state first prize is pretty much gone. If I lose that as my ticket, my chance to qualify for the National Math Olympiad will be lost. A whole year wasted. That's way too much. System. Use focus capsule. If there exists an xi between 0 and 1 so that for every I, it holds p another equal xi multiplied by the product of all, then the probability that all the opposite events of AI happen at the same time is greater than 0.
I got it! Only 10 minutes left. I just finished the proof. I haven't even copied it to the answer sheet yet.
They should all be right. I just don't know about this last question. Since my process is so complicated, will I lose points on the steps? But even if I lose a few points, getting a state first prize should still be enough.
The last question was so hard. I had no clue. The conditions were so abstract. Didn't even know where to start.
Same here. I tried proof by contradiction, but it just got more confusing. Looks like this question was meant to separate the scores.
That was the Lova's local lemma. The problem is actually a classic model. If you know the lemma, it's basically free points. The calculations were a bit tedious, though. I filled almost 2 pages. Hopefully I'll get full credit.
Brian, you're amazing. I can't believe you solved that.
Looks like a state first prize is within reach. Our school is counting on you. How about you, Alex? I saw you calculating the whole time. Thought you were stuck.
You okay? The last question was indeed tough. I haven't learned that lemma thing, so I just brute forced it. Took almost 40 minutes to finish.
Brute forced it?
Alex, that's a bit unrealistic. The probability involved in that question has very complex inequality structures. Without the lemma to back it up, just constructing that probability model would require massive case analysis and bounding. You're saying that during the exam, you derived and solved it on the spot? That workload is completely beyond what a few scratch papers can handle. It's like someone saying they used no instructions and intuitively built within an hour a Lego model with thousands of pieces. That's absurd.
Brian is just looking at the problem with an ordinary person's mindset. But am I a freaking ordinary person? Maybe so. I probably just got lucky. I just happened to try the right approach and pieced the result together.
Alright, whatever the case, putting something down is better than nothing. Go take a break and get some water. The second round is the real battle. It's a mix of number theory and algebra. It's definitely going to be harder than the first. Number theory, and it's combined with polynomials, an abstract algebra problem. This is exactly my weakest area. This conclusion looks familiar. I vaguely remember it from Golden Key in some corner of a handout from the tutoring class. It's like an inconspicuous theorem that I just completely overlooked. What was it? What exactly was it? Right, in the finite field ZP, if an n-degree polynomial fx has k roots and n is less than k, then... I'm so close, yet so far.
This theorem, I have no idea about it either. Mr. Campbell's materials don't cover this part at all. If you don't get the theory, just go back to the definition. There are k solutions. What does that mean? It means you can set up k equations. Why am I trying to solve it as a number theory problem? Isn't this basically a linear algebra problem? F equals an times x to n. A0 equals 0. This is about the coefficient a0 and a1 through an forming a homogeneous linear system. If n is less than k, then the number of unknowns might actually be less than the number of equations, k. Talent system. One more focus capsule. I should have nailed both finale questions. State first prize should be in the bag.
I'm so doomed. I totally bombed the afternoon session. That last big question, I couldn't even understand the prompt. Same with the geometry one. I racked my brain over auxiliary lines, but had no clue where to draw them.
Me too. Looks like I'm stuck with state third prize. These questions were so tricky, completely out of left field.
For the afternoon finale, I had a theory, and the general direction was right, but that last step, the transformation of the congruence system, I just couldn't remember it. I left a big blank. State first prize might be shaky now. I'll either be at the top of state second or the very bottom of state first. It all depends on whether the grader gives partial credit.
Come on, Brian. You're just humble bragging now. Getting to the last step already makes you a god, okay? We couldn't even understand the prompt.
Exactly. You're definitely locked in for top of state second. With some luck, state first. Alex, how about you? You haven't said a word all afternoon. Were the questions so hard that you just shut down?
It was fine. Just a bit harder than the morning.
Dude, you call that a bit? I feel like the difficulty level just evolved into a whole new species, okay?
Don't be discouraged. It's always like this the first time, as long as you didn't hand in a blank sheet. Oh, right. Did you write anything for that last question?
Yeah, I finished it. I think I solved it completely. The process was just a bit long, used up several sheets of scratch paper. I just wonder if the grader will think my handwriting is too messy.
Wow, Alex, your mindset is great. Making deadpan jokes right after the exam. Guess it didn't crush you.
Way to go, man! You listen well. I told you yesterday, fill it out even if you're stuck, and you really did. That's the way. That's the right attitude. Right or wrong, gotta show them who's boss. What if the grader gives you some effort points?
Never mind. If I tell them I used linear algebra for number theory, they'd think I've lost it. Yeah, you're right. Confidence is key.
The questions this year were pretty well balanced overall.
Yeah, especially the two final questions. They really separate the best. Those who solve them are mostly from the top high schools, bright kids who train year-round.
I just finished grading a paper from Prime Academy. That Raymond kid, his solution was textbook. You can tell he was trained by a top-tier coach at his school. His steps for the first final question could be used as the answer key. It's a pity about the second test. He made a slight error on the last step. I took off 2 points, but his total score is still the highest I've seen so far.
It's Prime Academy. No surprise there. The best math competition program in the state. Every year, for the state team spots, their school alone takes at least a quarter of them.
Ms. Lane? What's wrong? Did you find an interesting solution? Mrs. Harper, come take a look at this paper.
What is going on?
This paper, the final questions for both tests, he solved them both.
Oh, solved them both. That is pretty good. Let me guess, is he from Prime Academy or Ocean View?
That's not the point. The point is his method. It's very unique. It's really unique. For the first test, he didn't use the Lovász local lemma. Instead, he started with the basic probability union bound, constructed a weighted inequality, and basically proved the lemma right on the spot.
What? How is this even possible?
This derivation.
My goodness, the amount of calculation is terrifying.
Look at his scaling technique here. It's a stroke of genius. Without profound mathematical foundation and incredibly strong intuition, it's impossible to think of this. This doesn't look like a student's work. This looks more like a derivation process for a mini thesis. Look at the second test, the finite field polynomial question. He didn't use standard theorems either. Instead, he converted the problem into linear algebra. With a Vandermonde determinant working modulo p, he brute forced the answer. This approach is so wild. He doesn't seem like a student with systematic competition training.
What is the student's name? Which school is he from?
Alex Harper. Student name. High school. Riverdale High. Riverdale High.
Never heard of it.
Found it. A regular high school in Riverdale. They've only won a state first prize once, and that was 8 years ago. Mrs. Harper, how should we score these two? His steps and the standard answers are completely different, even though the answers are right and the logic is sound, but...
Full marks. It has to be full marks. This is no longer just solving a problem. This is showcasing math's purest charm. Without relying on any existing tools. Just using logic and deduction. This is true mathematical talent. Take this paper and double-check it from start to finish. If the earlier questions have no issues either, then this year's State Math Olympiad will produce an unprecedented perfect score.
The results are out.
Coming. The exciting moment of truth.
Brian is my most promising student. We were just aiming for a state second. Alex does have great talent, but he only prepped for 3 days. Letting him compete this time was just for the experience. Getting a state third would be great.
Wow, you're amazing, Brian. Top 10 in state second?
That's awesome, Brian. Now our school's Hall of Fame will definitely have your picture.
Still only state second? The pride I had to prove I'm as good as Central High has now become a tiny thorn, piercing my heart, aching faintly. Not bad, just a normal run. Too bad in the second round, I missed the last step in number theory. Or I might have hit state first.
That's not bad. This score has already made history for our school. Keep working hard next year and aim for a state first. Jack got a state third, which is a solid run too.
Guess I was just along for the ride.
Alex didn't win either. This is really a heavy blow to me. I've seen his talent with my own eyes. With his ability, winning a prize shouldn't be a problem. I vouch for him to the dean to get him in. If he doesn't even get a consolation prize, it'll be so embarrassing. Alex, don't be too sad. One failure means nothing. Competitions like the State Olympiad have a lot of unpredictability. You had too little time to prepare. It's normal not to get a good result. Work hard for the next year. With your talent, I believe next year you'll definitely get a good rank.
Did I really not win anything? That makes no sense. Did my solution method not get a single point? But the answer I got should be correct.
Alex, since you didn't place, it means your solution must have had some issues. After an exam, you should learn to reflect, figure out your mistakes, and do better next time. In your studies, you need to be humble. You can't always think you're right.
I knew it. Miracles don't happen easily. Competitions are just brutal. Talent alone isn't enough.
What is it? Why are you so jumpy?
Mr. Campbell, you guys need to see this.
Oh, so my name is at the top. Why'd you skip the first prizes and check the second ones? I really thought the system bugged out. I knew it. Anything from the system is definitely top-notch. How could I not win a single prize?
Is this just the same name?
In our city, is there a second Riverdale High?
It's him. It's our Alex. A perfect score. First in the state.
Wow! So this whole time, what I told you yesterday about not leaving it blank for some partial credit, it must have sounded like a complete joke, right? Not at all.
I know you meant well.
You sneaky bastard. You really hit it well. If you're so good, why did you let me run my mouth? Watching me act like an idiot trying to teach you. Did you get a kick out of it?
Not really. I told you I solved it. You just didn't believe me.
Who the hell would have believed it?
This sounds like fake news. If it turns out to be a mix-up, I'll be completely humiliated. Hello, I'm the leading teacher from Riverdale High, Mr. Campbell. I'd like to confirm the score of our student, Alex.
Yes, Mr. Campbell, congratulations. Alex from your school is the only one in this competition to get a perfect score. First place, state first prize.
He did it! Alex is awesome.
Riverdale High, Alex Harper. Perfect score.
This Riverdale High come from out of nowhere? Mr. Warren, I've coached competitions for 10 years and never heard of them getting a state first prize, let alone first place.
And the name Alex Harper. Have any of you heard of him?
Doesn't ring a bell. He's not in the database. He's a complete unknown, like he appeared out of thin air.
Alex Harper, such a genius prospect, actually ended up at Riverdale High? What is the admissions office even doing? We give you so much funding every year to scout talent across the state. And this is the result you bring back? Huh?
Principal, it's not our fault. Alex's entrance exam scores were nothing special. After getting into Riverdale High, he flew under the radar his freshman year. How could we have noticed him? Word is, it was only in the new semester, during the first monthly exam, that he suddenly broke out.
What about now? Is it too late to poach him?
Principal, poaching him now might not be a good idea. He's already first in the state. He'll definitely be in the National Math Olympiad next. If we try to poach him now, even if we succeed, other top schools will say State Experimental School is just stealing their thunder.
Useless! You're all a bunch of useless fools. Your information gathering is pathetic. Cast a wider net from now on. Don't let this happen again.
What the heck? What is going on? This aesthetic is just... It looks exactly like the banner at the new Lucky Mart next door.
Oh boy, this aesthetic. A song you'd normally hear at a grand opening or a country wedding is the track they went with. It is blasting at max volume across our solemn campus on an endless loop. Holy crap! Is this really our school's banner? Am I seeing things?
Alex, he ranked first in the last exam. He took first place in the State Math Olympiad.
Way to go, kid. You made us science students proud. The new poster boy for the science department, that's you.
I don't even know this teacher, but he's acting like my own uncle. Putting my name up is one thing, but couldn't they use a better picture? This photo is just awful. Whatever, just end me now. So this is what social death actually feels like.
Did you all see it? The banner outside.
We saw it. We saw it. Principal Warren, it's very festive.
Mr. Warren, what do you think?
Brilliant, Principal. It's a stroke of genius. Especially the only perfect score part, shining in gold, so commanding.
I told the ad agency guys 3 times they have to use the biggest font and outline it in gold. We need that commanding vibe. We want Metro Central High's Mr. Lawrence from a mile away to see our school's good news. I want to let him know that our students are all top tier.
Oh boy, so their tastes. They're cut from the same cloth. Mr. Warren's kissing up is just on another level. He took that tacky design and praised it to high heaven.
Yeah, Mr. Warren, you have a sharp eye. Great minds think alike, Mr. Campbell. You've done a great service this time. A real eye for talent. You found our school a real treasure. Emily, don't lose heart. Try again next year. After this, the school will definitely invest more in competition resources. Brian's state second prize and Jack's state third prize are also incredible achievements. In previous years, Brian, you'd be our school's hero.
Alex, you've brought this school a huge, historic, and groundbreaking honor. This is Riverdale High's, in its decades of history in academic competitions, best result ever achieved, bar none. For the upcoming National Math Olympiad Camp and any other future competitions, the costs will be fully covered by the school. Travel, accommodation, and food, you won't have to worry about a single cent. The school will also apply for a $20,000 special scholarship for you.
The money really isn't much. My parents got calls from a few schools trying to poach me. Their scholarships were basically over $50,000.
Alex, please don't think it's too little. This is the maximum amount our school could apply for. There's nothing we can do. Our school is poor, and our budget is tight. But material rewards are temporary. Honor lasts forever. Because of you, our school will definitely get better. In the future, we'll have an Alex Harper class. Your story will be in the school's history. You'll inspire generations of junior students as a role model. In terms of honor, the school will never let you down.
Playing the emotion and honor cards, using future glory and a sense of belonging to make up for the lack of material rewards. This principal is quite shrewd. But I never planned to transfer anyway. The principal's attitude proves the school values me.
Come here, Philip. Take a picture of our heroes.
Principal, stand in the middle. Alex, stand right next to him. Yes, right there. Put your hand on Alex's shoulder. It looks more friendly.
All right. Great work, everyone. You can all go now.
Alex, wait up!
What's up?
Here, for you.
What's this?
Back in the city, I trained with a top coach. These are my camp notes. It has a lot of the teacher's unconventional tricks and methods. In the State Math Olympiad, getting a perfect score is sick, but I heard you solved a lot just by brute forcing it. Your logic and math are insane. I have to give you that. But the National Math Olympiad is a whole different level. Time is really tight. Just brute forcing it might really take too long. These tricks might not be orthodox math, but during the exam, they really help save time. Also, I misunderstood you before and was a bit harsh. Don't take it to heart. After all, nobody could have guessed you were such a monster.
Alright, I won't be polite then. This is definitely useful. It'll save me a lot of time searching through books.
Math genius. So from now on, you're someone who's going to the nationals. Can I book an autograph in advance? In case you become a great mathematician, I can brag to people that I was teammates with a world champion.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be able to brag to the underclassmen too, saying when Math Genius was stuck on a problem, I was the one who handed him scratch paper.
The State Math Olympiad is just the beginning. National Math Olympiad. I'm coming.
Alex, in the flesh!
Let me get some of that good luck.
Alex, look at me. Bless me so I pass my math test.
Alex, my brother! Please let me rub your head. Bless me to pass my physics test.
What the? Get off me, weirdo. My books are gone. My draft books are gone too. Stolen? No, who would steal these? Just ordinary books and workbooks.
Alex, your books and notebooks were all invited away by everyone.
Invited away?
You have no idea. For the 2 days you were gone, your seat almost became a tourist attraction in our class. After class, the whole class and even students from other classes came to watch. They all said they wanted some of the Math Genius's magic. Then, I don't know who started it, they said your textbooks are the top scholars' secrets. They're all blessed. These things are the holy relics of the Math Genius. Then everyone took one book each and divided them all up. I'm fast. I managed to grab this math book. I'm gonna take it home and keep it safe, worship it every day, and absorb some of your good luck.
Is this what cyber superstition looks like nowadays?
Alex, This is from your desk, the only piece of scratch paper I found. Although it's just one auxiliary line, I feel it hides the truth of math. Can I get it laminated and keep it as a souvenir?
That line is just something I drew when I was bored in class. It doesn't mean anything at all. You guys can take it, do whatever you want with it. But there really isn't any special meaning to it.
We get it!
Any ideas?
A perfect example of playing dead as a group.
I really want to call on Alex to show these kids what next-level dominance is, but reason tells me I shouldn't. The goal of this class is to teach the rest of you. Alex doesn't need to listen to this anymore. This question is way too easy for him. Let's not waste his time. I'll explain it to the rest of you.
The passage I asked you to memorize last class. I'm going to start calling on people now.
Everyone in class understood the deep meaning behind her look. You're heading to the national competition. You're destined for greater things. While we're stuck in this college prep grind, we shouldn't waste your precious time. 3 days later. This environment of crazy worship has really started to mess with my studying. It's time to leave.
Fair enough. Our school is a bit too small a pond to hold a talent like yours now. Go home and prepare well. The National Math Olympiad is the real battlefield. That's where you'll find all of China's top math geniuses. For now, you can look online for some CMO prep courses. To be honest, our school has never had experienced tutoring for the CMO. For a lot of things, you'll have to rely on yourself. Come October, the state will hold a training camp. That training is highly professional. I'm sure it will help you a lot, Alex. To be honest, I've been teaching for almost 30 years. To be able to meet a student like you right before I retire makes it all worth it. I know that when it comes to math, there isn't much more I can help you with. It won't be long before you leave me far behind. But if you ever face any major life decisions in the future, or run into problems you don't know how to handle, or struggle with social situations, as long as you still see me as your teacher, you can come to me anytime. In those areas, I will do everything I can to help you.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. I'll remember that.
This is everything I scavenged from the Golden Key Tutoring Center. A whole huge box. It's all yours now.
This much?
You won me over at the state level. You can't lose the National Math Olympiad. These are all real exam papers. Perfect for practice.
All right, thanks. Because some of the knowledge overlapped with my old books, I only skimmed the parts I hadn't learned. Finished it all in 2 days. At the state competition, for the final 2 big questions, I basically relied on the focus capsule's overpowered buff to manually derive existing theorems on the spot. If I didn't have that cheat, I wouldn't have finished in time. If I hadn't solved those 2 questions, forget about first prize. Getting second prize would be lucky. If I wanted to use math competitions to get into a top university, I'd have to wait a whole year. And if that happened, completing the main quest in senior year would give me a low talent system rating. Thinking about it now is a bit scary. Knowledge is the most reliable weapon. Cheats are nice, but I can't just rely on them. As of right now, in high school math competitions, I don't have any knowledge blind spots left. Algebra, geometry, number theory, combinatorics. The entire knowledge base of these 4 major modules has been constructed in my mind into a clear and sturdy palace. I've cleared the starter village. It's time to explore a much bigger world. Systematically studying college math. The foundation of high school math is already incredibly solid. It's time to build a grander structure on it. But the conventional learning path obviously doesn't suit me. I need a highly targeted approach to studying. If I don't get a concept, I can just search online for the exact answer. So, I should get a phone. Other high schoolers let phones ruin their grades, but I'll use a phone to improve my grades. Plus, at the National Math Olympiad camp, I'll be away for a month, so I really need a way to communicate. That $20,000 prize is finally going to come in handy. Hello, I'll take this one.
Great eye, handsome. But we also have the latest flagship model here. The camera is amazing. Look at this one for $12,000. It's perfect for shooting the moon.
No thanks, just this one. My phone needs are very simple. Internet, calls, and no lag. The only use for the camera is probably scanning QR codes, or at most, taking pictures of the blackboard. Ouch, that hurts. Even though I'm not short on cash now, this is still the first time I'm making a big purchase with my own money. Hello, Mr. Campbell. It's Alex.
Alex, what's up? Did you run into a tough problem?
Not really. Those high school competition materials you gave me, I've pretty much finished them.
All? All of them? Even the new training camp internal handouts I sent you?
Mr. Campbell sounds like someone stepped on his tail. Yeah, I finished them. The multiple proofs for some theorems were pretty interesting.
Gasp.
I almost suspect Mr. Campbell sucked the phone into his mouth. Looks like my learning speed still exceeds the cognitive limits of normal humans.
So, why did you call?
I wanted to ask if you could recommend some classic college math textbooks, and maybe a few books to broaden my horizons. I want to get a head start.
Sure. Hang on a sec. I'll make you a reading list. Mathematical Analysis, Calculus course. What is mathematics?
Mr. Campbell really put effort into making this list. She definitely gave it her all. Complex analysis sounds fancier than real analysis. Add to cart. Ordinary differential equations. The name alone sounds impressive. Add to cart. Point set topology notes. Topology sounds super profound. Bye. My wallet, it's weeping. But then again, investing in your brain is the highest return investment in the world. Totally worth it. The books will take a day or two. Finally got a smartphone. Gotta surf the web a bit. Turns out the pure math world is far from what I imagined. It's not just boring formulas and isolated ivory towers. It's also a cutthroat battlefield. A world of bounties and glory. Every single name is like a legendary martial art. Sitting at the peak of the math world. Solving any of them makes you go down in history. Putting a mathematician's name up there with Euler and Gauss. Forget it. Let alone solving it. It takes me forever just to understand the question. What's meant to be will be. Don't force what isn't yours. Next, this Professor Summers is highly accomplished in number theory and combinatorics, and he has an amazing hobby, proposing conjectures. He even published a book for it, New Conjectures in Number Theory and Combinatorics. It contains a collection of his 820 challenging conjectures. Interesting. These conjectures are like a perfectly scaled set of dungeon instances. I can grasp the $100 ones. Once I finish basic college math, I might give them a try. The ones worth thousands require much deeper expertise and research experience. This is literally a complete leveling guide from noob to math god. But these conjectures mostly require college or higher level math tools. I don't know enough yet. Forcing a solution now would be a waste of time. The operator, Mr. Kent, is a senior high school teacher and a well-known expert in math competition problem design. Behind this account is an extremely active community of high school math competition fans. The reward amounts here aren't high, usually between 50 and 500 yuan. Mr. Kent posts these bounties partly to collect various clever solutions to these problems, and partly to keep the community active. Isn't this just like a starter village's daily quests and bounty board? Not much XP, not much money, but there's plenty to go around. Perfect for a newbie like me who just left and hasn't even got full rare gear yet. This is absolutely tailor-made for where I am right now. First, the problems are competition level, falling exactly within the knowledge I've fully mastered. Second, he's looking for innovative solutions, which will push me to approach the same problem from multiple angles. Prep books, for efficiency's sake, usually only provide one or two optimal, filtered, standard answers. They show you the quickest path to the top of the mountain, but they don't tell you about the scenery along the way or the forks and cliffs. But the comment section here is a complete roadmap. Some crush it using coordinate systems, tedious but with crystal clear logic. Some use vectors and trig to navigate through an ocean of symbols, and others offer wild auxiliary line constructions, only to get stuck at a key step, just tossing the idea out there. I get it now. For me, solving these problems themselves isn't that hard anymore, but these diverse, and sometimes even flawed or inefficient solutions have actually opened a brand new door for me. They let me see how a single math problem can take different forms across different knowledge systems. This gives me an anatomical understanding of the problem. Talent lets me find the optimal solution fast, but my lack of experience means I know little about other paths. And this place perfectly covers my biggest shortcoming. These test questions, if I want to use innovative methods, require some college-level math. I'll jot down a few new problems first and study them later when I have time.
Hey buddy, are these dumbbell plates? It weighs a ton.
Let's start with the big three. Math analysis and advanced algebra are the two main tracks. I can study them side by side, analytic geometry as a supplement. It starts with the supremum principle, the related Dedekind cut, interval cluster theorem, Cauchy convergence criterion. These concepts are the foundation for building the analysis framework, and they're the first huge obstacle for countless college freshmen. But to me, this logical beauty of starting from the lowest axioms to build the entire math framework step by step makes me feel deeply captivated. In just one all-nighter, the first 4 chapters of Mathematical Analysis Volume 1, Real Number Theory, Limit Theory, Differential Calculus of one variable, Integral Calculus of one variable, I've completely mastered them all. The first 3 chapters of Advanced Algebra Volume 1, Polynomials, Determinants, Linear Equations, I've fully grasped them too.
Ding! Scholar's math knowledge has increased. Math subject unlocked. 15 experience points gained. Math level up. Current math subject level, level 1.
This isn't an enhancement of memory, nor an increase in calculation speed. It's a much deeper transformation of my talent. I can clearly see how the limit theory in mathematical analysis connects with the vector space in advanced algebra. The coordinate transformations in analytic geometry are essentially matrix operations in linear algebra.
Ding! Congratulations, Scholar, on leveling up. You obtained Level Up Chest 1. Chest drop rates. 50% chance for a souvenir, 45% chance for level 1 to 3 items, 4% chance for level 3 to 5 items, and a 1% chance for level 6 items.
The last starter chest guaranteed an item. This level up chest has a 50% chance of being a dud. Open!
Congratulations, Scholar. You obtained a souvenir, an ordinary pen.
First time with these odds, and my luck is this bad. Hit that 50% dud on the first try. Guess it really is a souvenir. Well, even if it's a souvenir, it feels pretty good.
First of all, let me make one thing clear. The CMO, or the National High School Math Olympiad, often called the Winter Camp, and the State Math Olympiad you took are completely different beasts. Before discussing the differences, I want to congratulate you all. Just sitting here is a massive success in itself. Our Southland State might have stopped giving extra points for college exams based on competitions, but what you've earned is far more valuable than a few points. All top-tier universities across the country, especially Summit and Prestige, for students who excel in a single subject, have special lower admission requirements. You could say, the moment you won state first prize, your safety schools can be chosen from top-tier colleges. But I hope your goals go beyond that. The state level tests your proficiency, while the CMO tests your depth and creativity. Fewer questions, but each one is a fortress that could take you an hour or two to conquer. 2 days, 1 session a day, 4.5 hours each, and only 3 questions. This means you have an average of an hour and a half to solve a problem way harder than the final state-level question. Your goals should be gold and silver medals, or even making the national training team to secure guaranteed admission. All right, let's start with self-introductions.
Alex Harper, Riverdale High.
So that is Alex Harper!
The perfect score genius!
In the flesh!
Him? Looking all innocent like that. A perfect score at state. He's the one who stole my first place. IQ and EQ, definitely 2 different kinds of talent. This Raymond guy clearly hasn't mastered the art of anger management. What he said to Brian before state, sounding caring but actually mocking, is still fresh in my mind. And now, wanting to pick a fight but too proud to do it. So awkward. It's actually kind of funny.
From now on, you'll study independently in here. These materials were made specifically for this camp. They cover all National Math Olympiad core topics and classic problems. If you have questions, come to the front for one-on-one help.
So boring. Back during the State Olympiad, I really lacked these techniques. But now, I've studied all the competition materials. I've got all the topics covered. Plus, my math talent has reached level 1. My understanding of math has completely transformed. Doing these is honestly just a waste of time. This is a classic empty circumcircle triangle existence problem. Someone in the comments gave the standard extremal principle solution, but the bounty requires a solution using a different approach. The standard method uses the min and max extremal principle. Can it be tackled from another angle? Like convex hulls. Consider the convex hull of these endpoints. If I can prove that an edge of the convex hull and another point form a triangle that meets the condition, or proof by contradiction, assume the circumcircle of all triangles contains other points inside. Can that lead to a contradiction? It seems my current knowledge base still has some blind spots. Even though I've mastered all high school competition topics, facing an IMO challenge like this, especially when it needs an innovative solution, relying only on my current toolkit is still falling a bit short.
Alex, I noticed these past few days you haven't really touched the camp materials. Are the problems too easy? Or are you having trouble?
Neither. The topics in the materials, I've already mastered them. Right now I'm going at my own pace and studying advanced topics. Mastered them all?
Those materials were created by me and several college professors with a lot of hard work. Their difficulty and depth far exceed the state Olympiad. It's to help these top state competitors adapt to the National Math Olympiad's intensity. All right, I believe you have your own study plan, but I still want to remind you, the National Math Olympiad is no joke. You definitely can't let your guard down. Come to me anytime if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mason.
Geniuses are unique. You can't use the same methods to manage a genius. Every genius has their own method.
Compactness. So in the standard solution, finding the shortest segment and largest angle is essentially just utilizing the compactness of bounded closed sets in a plane to guarantee the extrema exist. Approaching it from this angle is actually a really solid strategy.
Ding! Scholar's knowledge integration detected. Math EXP +5. Current, 20 out of 500.
Studying college-level math to solve these competition problems creates an unexpected next-level advantage. A divide, a chasm, an abyss.
"6 points! A full 6 points between me and a perfect score! How is that possible? How is that possible?"
We thought Alex's perfect score in the state Olympiad was partly due to luck. We thought his slacking off during the camp was just a genius being stubborn. But right now, I finally understand. It wasn't luck, nor was it him being stubborn. It's a next-level advantage, born from absolute power.
It's a lock. Top 3 at this year's National Math Olympiad feels like a sure thing. As for taking first place, that's not out of the question either.
This is my first time on a plane. So bored. The usual solution uses the extremum principle, which is essentially compactness. Could there be a way to bypass this analytical approach and use a purely combinatorial or geometric method for the proof? Let's assume we subject these endpoints to a kind of growth process. Imagine each point is a circle's center, with an initial radius of 0. Then all the circles start to expand at the exact same speed. This process is like tossing n pebbles onto a calm surface of water, creating n ever-expanding concentric ripples. When the ripples of 2 circles touch for the first time, connect their centers to get a line segment. The perpendicular bisector of this segment becomes the boundary line for their spheres of influence. When the ripples of 3 circles intersect at one point for the first time, connect their centers to form a triangle. This intersection point is the circumcenter of the triangle. A completely new prototype, based on the Voronoi diagram and Delaunay triangulation, is slowly building up in my mind. The triangle formed by the first 3 intersecting points, its circumcircle cannot contain other points. Because if it did, the circle of that included point would have definitely intersected one of the 3 earlier. That contradicts the first intersection. This approach seems to work, but it requires a strict mathematical proof.
Everyone, welcome to our proud city, Hero City. To participate in this year's China National Math Olympiad, everyone sitting here is the absolute best.
standing out from millions of high schoolers nationwide. Each exam runs from 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., lasting 4.5 hours. You will need to solve 3 major problems. These 6 problems in total will fully test your depth of knowledge and your creativity. Based on the total scores, the top 60 students will be directly selected for the National Training Camp. That is the true purpose of the CMO. Your battlefield is not just this test paper. Your goal is the vast universe, to win glory for our country.
That kind of academic presence, quietly commanding respect, the way a few words can make deep concepts seem so simple and clear. That takes real skill. I could truly feel what it means to be a giant in the field. That combinatorial geometry problem that I thought about on the plane, the circle growth model I came up with, it keeps spinning in my head. I just can't get it out of my mind. Let's say the point set is P equals P1, P2, Pn. For any point x on the plane and any pm in P, define a distance function, d. Now let's introduce a time variable t greater equal to 0. For each point pmv, we can define a closed disk centered at pm with radius square ut. My idea is to find the first time t0 where 3 disks intersect at exactly 1 point. This intersection point is the circumcenter of the triangle. The problem is how to rigorously prove that this first intersection time t0 must exist and is unique. This involves a continuity issue. I'm stuck. I feel like I've already grasped the core of the problem, like a mountain climber who has already seen the flag at the summit and can even feel the wind at the top, but there's an invisible, bottomless chasm right beneath my feet. I need a bridge, a key lemma, or a clever transformation to cross this chasm. Never mind. I have an exam tomorrow. That unfinished proof from last night was like a looping melody in the deepest part of my mind, echoing all night long. I can feel that I'm so close to the final answer, just one step away. It's a highly subtle and indescribable state. It's like a crucial logical piece is right in front of me, yet wrapped in an impenetrable fog. The one that can turn the entire circle growth model from an intuitive, physics-inspired imagination into an irrefutable, rock-solid mathematical logic. That most crucial missing link. What exactly is it?
Alex, it is 7. Time to get up.
Alex, you seem to have something on your mind. Are you a bit nervous? I saw you barely touched your breakfast. That's good. Don't stress too much. In the National Math Olympiad, anything can happen. Mindset is everything. As long as you perform at your usual level, you'll be fine. Your abilities are obvious to all of us teachers. Don't let nerves ruin your performance. That would be such a pity.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mason. I understand. I know Mr. Mason means well, but my current thoughts have nothing to do with nerves. It's simply the unique state of a problem solver just before conquering a major challenge. As for the National Math Olympiad, to me, it's just a regular test that's no longer a challenge at all. All standard stuff. For me, solving them takes less than an hour of basic calculation. It's like a max-level player going back to the starter zone. What exactly is that missing link? The properties of Delaunay triangulation? No, that's the result, not the proof. The duality of the Voronoi diagram might be related, but not direct enough. It's the empty circle property. I've been trying to prove a property that's already been perfectly proven. I was looking at it all wrong. My circle growth model is basically building dynamically a Delaunay triangulation, and the definition of that is that in its network, the circumcircle of any triangle contains no other points from the set. This isn't something I need to prove. It's an axiom I can just use. I've been trying to build a car completely from scratch, forgetting that all I need to do is find the keys that already exist and start the engine. I've got it! I need to write this down now. This inspiration is like summer lightning, gone in a flash. If I don't catch it now, and wait till the exam is over, I might never get back this moment of clarity. As for the National Math Olympiad, an hour is enough for it anyway. Let me first take down this much more exciting beast. This isn't about the $300 bounty. This is purely a problem solver's thirst for truth, an instinctive response to an intellectual challenge.
I don't actually need to proctor this myself, but whenever there's a national math competition like this, I always volunteer. For me, it's not just a job. It's a unique kind of enjoyment. I love being in the exam room, observing these young minds up close, watching them wrestle with difficult problems, seeing those moments of sudden inspiration. Those 3 problems printed on the test paper are 3 carefully designed mazes. They are made of the purest logic and the most devious traps. The entrance is clearly visible, but the inside is full of branching paths.
He's on the first question, a number theory puzzle involving a Pell equation variant. The Pell equation, for elementary number theory tools, it's like a smooth wall of ice. But this boy brought out the classic weapon for solving this type of problem. Continued fraction theory, the hidden infinity of solutions in the equation. This trap quickly appeared. Trying to drag the boy's derivation into an endless loop, he calmly introduced the concept of a repeating cycle. According to Lagrange's theorem, he successfully constrained the infinite solutions within a finite structure. Brilliant. This kid's foundation in number theory is already at the level of a top college student. This is a tricky maze. She's trying to use the inclusion-exclusion principle to smash through the wall, but the wall's structure is extremely complex. With every strike, a pile of complex combinatorial numbers falls out, a very bold approach. She's using what Laplace called the analytic soul of probability, the generating function, to transform a discrete sequence problem into a continuous function to solve it. This is an incredibly elegant transformation. It's just like translating between different mathematical languages. This is the National Math Olympiad. Even among geniuses, the gap is still like a massive chasm. This student, I think he's the perfect scorer from the Southland team. Alex Harper. Over at the grading team, there's been so much hype around this wildcard genius. I'm feeling a bit excited, wanting to see how this legendary genius will use his groundbreaking logic to crack these 3 mazes. What's going on? Did he give up, or is he intimidated by the difficulty? Wait, what is this? What is he doing? I just realized what Alex is deriving on his scratch paper, and the 3 questions on the test have absolutely nothing to do with each other. The 3 National Math Olympiad questions. One's number theory, one's combinatorics, and one's an algebraic inequality. They have absolutely nothing to do with computational geometry. What on earth is he calculating? Could it be that he's using some sort of completely incomprehensible cross-dimensional logic to solve one of these 3 questions? Like how Grothendieck used highly abstract algebraic geometry to unify seemingly unrelated fields. Impossible. That level of abstract thinking, let alone for a high schooler, even among top mathematicians, is incredibly rare. And the derivations on this scratch paper are very specific. He is just solving a specific geometry problem. So the only explanation is this candidate at the National Math Olympiad on the battlefield for the highest national honor, while all the geniuses are fighting tooth and nail, he is doing his own math research. This is beyond arrogance. This is absolute madness.
Finally, solved it. I can't take the scratch paper out. I'll have to memorize it and rewrite it after the exam. Even though $300 isn't much, the thrill of solving a tough problem is priceless.
Ding! Innovative solution by scholar detected. Math EXP +5.
Using innovative methods to solve math problems is definitely a great way to grind EXP. It's been over an hour already?
I want to see how this madman who wasted an hour of precious time will actually tackle the exam's 3 mazes that baffle even top geniuses. A standard start. But what comes next is the real trap of this problem. This equation will lure the solver into a highly complex case analysis, where each branch could spawn even more branches. He actually drew inspiration from the Vieta jump. It's a technique hailed as a nuclear weapon in math Olympiads. It became famous in 1988 for its spectacular role in solving IMO Problem 6, known as one of the hardest IMO problems of all time.
He easily bypassed all the traps. From a higher dimensional perspective, he saw right to the essence of the problem. This kid's number theory skills are unfathomable.
If earlier, that genius from Gold City High used masterful swordsmanship to dismantle the beast's defenses move by move, then Alex is like a god. He merely glanced at the beast, and the beast just surrendered its weak spot.
This is a classic combination of combinatorial geometry and a coloring problem. It looks simple, but it perfectly embodies the concept of invariance. The simplest black and white coloring won't work. Even with a 4-color method, it is hard to find that simple invariant. Spiral coloring. I've certainly seen this coloring method before, in some computer graphics algorithms, or more specialized combinatorial design theories, but using it at the National Math Olympiad to solve the L-shaped domino problem, this approach is so wild.
Oh my god! He found the true essence of this problem. Regular coloring methods are like using a generic wrench to turn a weirdly shaped screw. It never quite fits perfectly, but Alex's spiral coloring method is like it's made for this L-shaped domino screw. It's tailor-made, a perfect one and only key.
Brilliant.
It's absolute perfection.
The ability to find the core structure and build tools specifically for it shows the potential of a great mathematician.
This problem is widely known as the meat grinder of this exam. In this entire room, those who can solve it completely won't exceed 5.
A bit tricky.
He's using spatial vectors to transform an algebraic inequality into a geometry problem. This is a brilliant concept. It's legendary in math competition history. Word is that a Romanian genius once used this dimension-raising approach to solve an incredibly tricky, even for the creators, IMO challenge. But this method is extremely risky. If the construction is flawed, the entire solution will collapse instantly. The whole problem was pulled right out of the chaotic algebraic swamp, elevated into a clean and intuitive 3D space. The conditions for the inequality were transformed into a straightforward geometry problem. Time for question 3, 15 minutes. From start to finish, under 45 minutes. A monster. He's not just a genius anymore. He is an absolute monster.
About 2.5 hours left before the exam ends. I'm not handing it in early. If I hand it in now, I'll definitely bump into my teammates. Then they'll keep asking me questions and discussing the problems. It's too annoying. More importantly, I just realized a brand new solution to that geometry problem. My inspiration is at its peak right now. I need to take that idea based on the Delaunay triangulation and deduce a more rigorous and concise proof. Even for the same result, the reasoning process can sometimes take unnecessary detours. What I'm pursuing is clearly more elegant math.
He is actually doing his own research. I've seen so many fighting for scores, fighting for rankings, those driven geniuses, but I've never seen a kid who, at the peak of such a high-stakes arena, still holds on to the purest passion and curiosity for math. It reminds me of those legends in math history. At just 20, he solved a special case of Fermat's last theorem that was Galois. On the eve of a duel, he scribbled down group theory and the Indian genius who died too young, Ramanujan. This kid is destined for greatness.
Oh my god! Are these questions meant for humans?
I spent nearly 3 hours on the first one, alone, and I still don't know if it's right.
That coloring issue in the second question, I racked my brain and still couldn't get it. So sneaky.
Alex, how did you do?
Not bad.
What do you mean, not bad? That Pell equation in question 1. Did you solve it? I analyzed several cases, but felt like I missed some.
No need for cases. With the Vieta jump, You can construct the structure of the solutions directly.
Wait a jump. You use it here.
Typing LaTeX formulas on a phone is still too troublesome. I have to handwrite and take pictures first. Looks like I definitely need to get a laptop later. For me, this is like completing a trivial little thing. Just an after show after solving the problems. My attention needs to be put into the next target worth my effort. These questions, though somewhat clever, are limited in difficulty. They can no longer bring me any increase in subject experience. Ramsey theory and cyclotomic polynomials. These two concepts belong to fields in competitive math with extremely high difficulty and depth. They even touch the edges of undergraduate math. Between cracking the bounty problem today and solving 3 tough exam questions, that massive amount of calculation was really draining. I didn't use a focus capsule this time, relying solely on my own brain power. My brain is definitely feeling the fatigue. For tomorrow's exam, I'd better not drop the ball.
I want to see how Alex performs today. His problem-solving process is less about thinking and more like a reproduction. It's like these problems aren't new to him. Instead, they are old friends he's calculated in a higher dimensional mental space 1,000 times.
This is exactly Alex's level 1 math talent that brings him an almost instinctive math intuition. Only 50 minutes have passed.
This is no longer just powerful calculation skills. It's an almost terrifying insight into mathematical rules. He's the most gifted high schooler I've seen, bar none. Another bounty problem. He's treating the exam room like his own study.
Alex, how was it? Give us an estimate.
I solved all 3 problems. If they don't deduct points for my steps, it should be a perfect score.
We're golden. Now, the Southland team is very likely to take first place in the National Math Olympiad. Even though Alex isn't from Prime Academy, as long as he wins an award for the state, I'll naturally get some credit as the team leader.
Holy crap! The Lone triangulation. Boss, are you sure this is a high school geometry problem? This circle growth model is so vivid. It is pure art. Drop your ID. Boss, please carry me.
Thank you, sir. Which university do you teach at? Or are you a PhD student? He was being very polite, even addressing me formally. Obviously, he mistook me for a senior academic, or at least a peer. Hello, sir. I'm Alex Harper. I'm still a student. In my limited experience, you're just a student before college, and a college student after. I figured putting it this way would make my status clear to him.
A student? I knew it. I figured you were a math undergrad. '11th grade? An 11th grader, using such brilliant logic to solve a problem even I find tricky. A combinatorial geometry one. That's impossible. With such incredible talent, you must be in math competitions, right? Aren't the National Math Olympiad exams yesterday and today?
Did you use your breaks at the CMO to solve my bounty problem? I came up with it during the first exam, right in the exam room.
Not during the break, but during the exam. A slight difference, but worlds apart. I thought Alex took the National Math Olympiad and solved my problem on the side. Now I see how wrong I was. The truth is, he was solving my problem and took the exam on the side. Is he even human? Alex, your talent amazes me. Are you interested in the other high bounty problems on my channel? Ramsey, numbers and cyclotomic polynomials. Good. I'll be waiting for your good news.
Even though there are many concepts I haven't formally studied yet, thanks to my level 1 math talent, I can always quickly grasp the core ideas of the reports and even vaguely predict where some theories are heading. It seems my level 1 talent is the real deal.
The last question this year is a bit out of scope. I've graded 30 papers, and only one got partial credit.
Same for question 3. That inequality setup is so clever, most students got completely stuck.
Solving more than 3 questions right will probably be the gold medal cutoff.
All exams are graded.
Come look at this!
What is it?
Right here! We have a perfect score! What?
Alex Harper. It's Alex Harper again. Southland team struck gold this year.
I graded his 4th question. The solution was pure art.
Without a doubt, he's this year's top gold medalist. I'm still the boy I used to be, without a single change. From Capital City? Are telemarketers trying this hard now? Hello? Hello?
Is this the Riverdale High Math Competition team's Mr. Campbell?
His voice is so nice, like a news anchor. Speaking, and you are?
Oh, Mr. Campbell. I'm Robert Warren from the Summit University Admissions Office. Sorry to bother you.
My heart feels like it's being squeezed by a giant invisible hand and then hooked up to an electric motor doing Brownian motion like crazy. Summit University Admissions Office. Mr. Warren, hello! Hello! I'm Mr. Campbell. I represent Riverdale High. I am Mr. Campbell. Alex, what about him? Are the National Math Olympiad results out? Did he do okay?
Haha, Mr. Campbell, the official results aren't out yet, but we learned through some internal channels that Alex's performance wasn't just okay, it was absolutely exceptional.
I've been teaching math for over 20 years. I've taught countless students. Only a handful made it to top-tier universities. But now, Summit University's admissions office is actually calling to recruit my student. Mr. Warren, please hold for a second. I have another call coming in. It's probably spam. I'll hang up right away. Hello? Who is it? I'm really busy right now.
Hello, is this Mr. Campbell? I'm Felix Reed from the Prestige College admissions office.
Prestige College? Hello, Mr. Reed. Hold on a second. Hello, Mr. Warren, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Hello, Mr. Reed.
Hello, Mr. Campbell.
I feel like I'm a total winner with 2 top-tier offers. Gentlemen, I'm so sorry about this. Are you both calling about Alex?
Yes, that's right.
I feel like my life has peaked at this very moment.
Hello, am I speaking to Alex's mother? Mrs. Harper? I'm Felix Reed from the Prestige College admissions office.
These scam calls nowadays are getting ridiculous. Prestige College Admissions Office? Why don't you just say you're the UN Secretary General? My son just told me yesterday his results come out tomorrow. And you're trying to scam me today? You guys are so unprofessional. Update your script.
Hello, Mrs. Harper. I'm Robert Warren from the Summit University Admissions Office.
Ha! You guys are teaming up now, huh? Everyone, come listen to this. Look how dedicated scammers are these days. Got Summit and Prestige all lined up. What's next? Harvard and Oxford?
Mrs. Harper, I'm really not a scammer. We genuinely want to invite Alex.
All right. Just tell me how much money you want. If you ask for more than $100, I'll be damned. I'm telling you, I've already called the cops. Your behavior has seriously disrupted our family's normal life.
Hello? Who's this?
Hello, is this Alex's father? I'm from Summit University.
You guys again. My wife already told me. You scammers never quit, do you? Let me tell you. My son has good grades, but we don't have money. You won't scam even 1 cent out of us. If you call to harass us again, I'll report you to the FCC.
Son, 2 scammer groups claim to be Prestige and Summit admissions. They kept calling to recruit you.
Oh boy. My mom just chewed out Summit and Prestige. The way this world treats real scholars can be so ridiculous sometimes. I'll give them my number. I'll talk to them.
Hello, is this Alex Harper? I'm Robert Warren from Summit University. Hello, Alex. I'm Felix Reed from Prestige College. You finally answered. Alex, congratulations on your excellent results. Our School of Mathematical Sciences at Prestige College is recognized as the best in the country. We have a deep history and have produced many famous scholars. We sincerely invite you to join us, and we've prepared a freshman scholarship of $200,000 for you. Mr. Reed, still throwing money around, so tacky. Alex, money is secondary. Choosing a good platform and right direction matters most. Summit's YOW and SMART programs represent the future in CS and AI. Of course, we won't skimp on scholarships. They offer $200,000, so will we. Mr. Warren, don't use your engineering tricks to fool him. The true temple of math is pure math in basic sciences. Don't lead a math genius down the path of a coder. We'll up the scholarship to $250,000, and I guarantee, as a freshman, he'll join a top scholars seminar. What's a seminar with a top scholar? We'll directly ask Professor Yao to write him a recommendation letter, so it's easier for him to study abroad. We'll match the scholarship at $250,000. And add one more thing. We'll solve the Capital District household registration for him. Even his future children's education is covered. Moreover, we promise here, if you make it to the national IMO team, we'll increase the scholarship by $10,000. If you win a gold medal at the IMO, we'll add a $50,000 bonus. Just get a gold medal, and it'll be a total of $300,000 in bonuses.
If this keeps up, it's really going to turn into a flea market with all this haggling. They went from academics to residency, and then to my future kids' education. What's next? Are they going to arrange a marriage for me? Mr. Warren, Mr. Reed, I am so grateful for your offers and recognition. Every condition you mentioned is extremely tempting. Honestly, my mind is a bit of a mess right now. Could you give me some time to discuss this with my family? Summit and Prestige's offers are like weights on a scale, clearly laid out before me. Summit's edge lies in future applications. Professor Yao's recommendation letter is a ticket to the World Summit. The YOW and SMART programs are the fast tracks to AI and computer science. Prestige's advantage lies in the present and its purity, the direct access to top academicians and top-tier pure math resources. Its rich foundation in number theory, algebra, and geometry is like fertile soil, perfect for seeds of basic sciences to take root and sprout. And judging by the system's traits, its clear classifications for math, physics, and biochemistry undoubtedly favor pure theories that can level up basic sciences.
Hello, have you made a decision, Alex?
Mr. Reed.
My mind was a bit scattered earlier, so I didn't quite catch it. You said if I get lucky and win the IMO gold medal. How much is the total bonus again?
Alex, listen carefully. As long as you choose Prestige College, we promise a one-time basic scholarship of $200,000. Every month, we'll provide an extra $2,000 as living allowance until you graduate. If you make the national emo team, we'll add a $50,000 bonus. If you win glory for the country and get the emo gold medal, we'll add another $50,000, meaning you could get up to a $300,000 scholarship plus 4 years of living allowance.
This amount is enough for me to buy a top-spec PC and be financially free for my first few years of college. Even though my main reason for choosing Prestige isn't the money, right before making the final call, securing the best deal for myself, why not? Deal. Here, the final results of their past year or even years of hard work will be revealed.
Students, whatever your results are today, please remember, the CMO is just a small step in your long journey of life. The ocean of math is boundless. I hope you keep your passion and keep exploring.
Now, I will announce the results of this year's National Math Olympiad. After rigorous and fair grading by the organizing committee, we have 103 gold medals, 180 silver medals, and 150 bronze medals.
That is a really high winning rate.
That's almost 450 people in total. Most people will get an award.
This winning percentage means my team members at least won't go home empty-handed.
Next, we will begin with the bronze medals and announce the winners. When your name is called, please come to the stage.
For the slightly weaker members on our team, getting a bronze medal is mission accomplished.
Next are the silver medalists.
So far, Zeta Team has 8 bronzes and 7 silvers. That's 15 winners already. 10 names are still uncalled. Based on estimated scores, 5 of them underperformed and probably won't get a medal, so the remaining 5 will likely get gold. Out of those 5, how many can make the top 60? Because only the top 60 can make the national training team. That's the true pinnacle of glory. And Alex, can he take first place?
Next, I will announce the gold medalists for this year's National Math Olympiad. SIL. Gold medalists. The gold medalists. 103rd place, Philip Warren from Evergreen High. 102nd place, Jenny Lawrence from Central Academy.
Starting from 60th place, they're on the national training team. That's the gold of the gold medals.
61st place, William Mason from Chengdu 7th High.
With the 61st place announced, Southland team still has 5 members yet to be called. That means we definitely have 4 in the top 60. Now, there's only one question left. What place did Alex get?